Hello everyone, this is Candy, the 614 Stitcher, and today is Saturday, January the 21st, 2023, and this is my Flosstube episode number 68. And I am coming back to you again for the second time this week in an effort to stay on track with my weekly recordings. I do like to record on Saturdays, I've found out. I'm less rushed, and so therefore I made it a point to come back again today, so there wouldn't be such a long time frame in between my recordings. I have had a decent week, lots of changes going on. I have made the decision to go back to my previous position at my job. It's for the best, for what I, need right now. So I have been transitioning from one position back to another position and all the ins and outs. And so it's made for a hectic week. But I have been doing some stitching, and I actually did get in some sewing this morning, actually. So we're going to go through my WIPs. I have a finish. I'm going to show you the sewing project that I worked on, and I have some additional investments, Stitchy Kindness from Stitch Away, that I left out of the video from this past Tuesday. So I'll be showing that also. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I don't expect this to be a very long video, but we'll see what happens. So I do not have any new starts this week. Well, this week. I have not had any new starts in the past 4 days. Let me say it that way. So, but I have been working on my WIPs for BRRINGO and for the road trip. Road Warriors. So now I'm going to show you that. And the first WIP that I'm going to show you is my seasonal sunshine. These have really, all of my projects have really been getting lots of work in on them. I chose 6 specific projects to work on during BRRINGO. They are also on my Year of WIPs album, in the hopes to get them finished before December the 18th, 2023. So here is my seasonal sunshine, and this is what it will look like. I am doing the framed version. And here's a picture of where it was when I last worked on it, or last showed it. And here is where it is now. So I have put in the additional stitches running across the border. I have put in, I have it right here. Since I showed this last, which was probably also on Tuesday maybe, I have put in an additional 204 stitches, and that is the border here. And I've done some of the purple border more. I have put in this is for the spring. And so that is what it looks like. If you notice here in the winter season, I removed all of these stitches and will be putting them back in. I don't know where I went wrong, but I did take them out because with ink circle patterns, the sides all match up. And so I wanted to make sure that I got it corrected. And so that is where I am now on Seasonal Sunshine, and I just saw another error. It'll be okay. I'm going to fix it. I see where it's at. And so I'll just keep taking out stitches until I fix it completely. So I have put in, and those calls were number 9, which was a Whip You Dread, and number 2, my oldest whip, and it is the oldest whip out of the 6 that I've chosen for BRRINGO. The Whip You Dread was totally on point, wasn't it? I decided that I would not worry about the putting back in of those winter the stitches for the winter season until I get past BRRINGO, because I really need, like I said, I just found another error in the stitching, so I need to really focus on that part of the chart before during BRRINGO I'm just doing a lot of stitching, and so I really want to take time and go through that part before I move on to the next part of it. So that's where we stand with Seasonal Sun Sign. The next whip that I have to show is Home Sampler, and this is a pattern out of Just Crossing Stitch magazine by Durene Jones. And here's where it was when I last showed it. And here is where it is now. So I have put in the second flower on the other side, and I have started adding the words, and it will say home is where memories are made, and that's where it is now. This was the call for number 23. Since you've seen it last, I've added 107 stitches. And call number 3 was outdoor activity, and it's because of all of the flowers and the trees. So that's what I'm using this one for. That is also my number 10 for WIPGO. And my WIPGO goal for this year is 700 stitches. I will be monitoring that as I go along. I have so far put in 755 stitches for that project. So I have completed one of my WIPGO goals, because through the debate with my friend about the stitches, I've decided to add the 606 stitches that Bucky did not get onto another project that I am going to be working on, and I'll show you, I'll bring that up in the plans. So my last whip that I've worked on these past, I guess it's been 3 to 4 days. Well, I worked on 2, so it's been 4 days. Is Faith and Endurance, and this is by Lori Holt. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is where it is now. So this morning, this was called This Morning, and it is for an indoor activity. So this morning I added the star and I worked some more on the flower leaves and vine. That will be the flower pot going up. This project is also on my year of whips. All of these projects are. And so, you know, once I get the flower completely put in, I am not adding that border. So it will be finished at that point. I already have a finishing idea for this also. So it, you know, hopefully will not linger in my little box for too long once I get it finished. But there we go with Faith and Endurance. And this morning I added 107 stitches to it. It is on my BRRINGO board one more time, I believe. No, actually today was the last day for it to be stitched on. It's not on my board anymore. What I still have left on my board is Home Sampler, Stitch Con 2022 Sal, and Progressive Pride Flag. So those will be the ones that you will likely see next week. And then also I'll be working on my 606 additional stitches to meet my WIPGO goal. I do have a finish, as I stated. I started this project for BRRINGO, and it was, we needed a magazine new start, and I started My Love, and I finished this on Thursday. I decided not to put in the word or put in my up above this and just use love. I will be making this into a little pillow, so you'll see it next week. I don't know why I didn't do it this morning when I was working on the other sewing project, but anyway. And this is stitched on a mystery fabric from my stash, and the floss is a DMC 3855, I believe is what it was. I don't have the card or the bag anymore, so there's where we are with my finish. I wish I knew what this fabric was though, because it is it's a very, oh, that's my back. It is a very different colorway, so it looks very bright. Well, there it looks more pink, but it has a very pink undertone to it. And so that's why I chose it for this chart. Oh, there for a minute it looked strange to me. That's why I did that. So there you go. And it spells out the word love. But that's what my finish was for this week. And I follow several quilters and cross stitchers. And now I'm going to move into the sewing part of my video. And yesterday a recommendation came across, and I already have been following her, but I switched over my YouTube channel. I did have two YouTube channels, one where I watched cross stitch and the other one I watched quilting videos. Well, that got out of control. So I decided to just start watching all of the quilting videos under my YouTube video, if you understand what I'm saying with that. Anyway, she was re-recommended to me, and so the name of the channel is Erica Ardent, A-R-N-D-T. And she had a heart ornament that she demoed on her channel, and I will link her channel down below. And I was like, man, that's a cute idea. And I sorted through the fabric yesterday, cut it all last night, and today I sewed it up. And so these are the little heart ornaments that I made. Now, she put hers on a little tree. I do not have a tree. This is the back of it. And then this is the front. And so far, so I have more to cut out, as you can see on this piece. So you take 1.5 inch strips and you do a sew as you, quilt as you go method for those quilters out there. Then you trace your heart onto the fabric, and then you use your pinking shears to cut it out. So I will link her video below of the tutorial that she showed, but I wanted to just give you a preview of what they looked like. And then you put a string through here, and you hang them. And she was hanging hers. She still had her Christmas tree up in her sewing room. I don't have that, but I'm going to make some more of these to decorate for Valentine's Day. I was just holding it and holding it and holding it. So you can see the way that I twisted and turned the hearts, you actually get a different look with each one of them when you go to cut them out. So it was super fun. If you're not following Erica, she is also known as the as Confessions of a Homeschooler. I'm pretty sure that at one time that was her name. You could find her under that also. But I will again link her channel down below, because it was a super quick and easy sewing project to do. Literally, I picked the fabrics last night, sewed today, cut them out, the whole thing. So I'm sorry, I'm writing a note to myself to link her channel. So that was my sewing that I have done. I have expressed to you in the past that I want to get back into quilting and sewing, and so in an effort to stay on track with that, I'll be doing a project and showing them to you. I did do a block. If you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, you saw where I did a variation of a, I can't think of what the block name is now. Anyway, it was black with peach and teal colors on it. Log cabin. It's a variation of the log cabin block. So you'll be seeing more and more posts about me getting back into quilting and sewing, because it was my first love and I want to get back to it. So now I'm going to go ahead on and move into plans. This is going to be a very quick video, but it's very important for me that even if the video is very quick, that I stay on track with recording on Saturday. So that's why I went ahead on and decided to put this up. My plans for the rest of, for the upcoming week, I will be picking up. So as you know, if you've been watching for a while, I am model stitching for Keepsakes a couple of charts. And they are the Square Dance by Heart and Hand. And I will be finishing up the February block and the March block. And however many stitches I need to stitch on projects that will get me to 606 stitches. So these will be the first two that I will work on. And let me show you, these are actually stitched on Charles Craft Ada. I am using the called for Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works, but here's where I am on the February. And here is where I am on the March. So I would like to get the two of these completed before I go back down to Keepsakes in February. So this will give me the opportunity to get those stitches in for this. So those are those. So that's my first plans. I'll be starting to pull those out. For right now, until we get through BRRINGO, I'm going to make one of those. And then when I finish the one, I'm going to make the other one. Those will be my 25/7 projects, which is also a Facebook group hosted by Melanie Watkins, the Soulful Stitcher. My next plan is to stay caught up with BRRINGO. I have gotten caught up. I was a little bit behind a couple of days, and now I've gotten caught up, and I will be staying caught up. We only have until the 25th to go through, and I would like to be able to be finished on the 25th and maybe put some stitches in some projects that that have been calling to me, but I'm not picking up just yet because I want to stay on track with BRRINGO. The road trip is going very well. I am on my way to Gone Stitching, which is in, I meant to write this down. Bergenfield, New Jersey. So I'm stitching to get there. So it's going very well. I'm still enjoying it a whole lot. I did get into the casino and did pretty okay. I guess I don't know how it all works yet. So as I find out, I will let you know. And I will be working also on getting my February acrostic ready for the magazine monthly group. This year is the overall theme is places, and so the acrostic is, I was gonna say I got it right here. The theme is beach, and the acrostic is wave. And I am not for sure that I'm going to actually be using the theme or the acrostic. For the month of February, I want to pull out my Representation Matters pieces and put some good time in on those. So if I can make them work with the acrostic, then I will. And if not, then I will come up with a way for me to be able to stitch on the pieces that I want to work on for the month of February. So now I'm going to take a few seconds, pause the video, and get this all cleaned up, and I will be back with what I brought home from Stitch Away. So I received this really pretty project bag from my friend Rose. She was giving it away at our table. She was my table mate. And so she gifted me this. And so I put all of my Stitch Away things inside of it. I'm looking in the bag like I don't know what's in the bag. Like, what's in here? And as you can see, so there was, and I am not for sure where this fabric came from, but it was, someone was giving out fabric. I do have a bag of fabric from my friend Annette, and I'll be showing that in a few minutes. But I'm pretty sure this was not in that bag. There were several bags going around with people who are just like, take what you want and pass the bag on. So that's probably where this came from. It is an 18 count putty khaki Davos fabric. Davos. And here is the cut that it is. It's a really nice neutral, and it's 18 count, so I picked that up. These are all things that would have been on the freebie table, except for I was sitting close enough to people where they was like, do you want to see this bag before I take it up there? And I'm like, sure. I did scan the freebie table a couple of times. Then there was this chart, and it says, I'm not snarky, I'm selectively polite. And somebody actually, it's a dimensions kit, and somebody I think actually put this at my spot. I can't remember who did it, but it actually comes with the floss that you need, a hoop for the finishing, and 14 count Ada. I'm not sure that I'll use that, but I thought it was really cute. I thought it was really cute. It sounds like me. I'm selectively polite. Then I have been wanting to get the Doodles patterns, and all three. Now some winter is not in here, but I might have winter already. So there was spring, summer, and autumn. And these are such cute patterns. So I was very pleased to find these in the giveaway bag. Then there were these. I'm always looking at charts with the alphabet on it. I'm not a big alphabet stitcher, but I like different fonts, especially when I'm going to be doing my name or one of my children's names. And so this is a Foxwood crossing, and it's letters sled A to Z. So I thought that was really good. It will, I likely will not like stitch the alphabet, all of it, but I could use these as ornaments for giving gifts for my kids or my stitchy friends. It'll be a good reference point, a good reference for me to have. Then I do know that Lynn X Stitches Creates found this on the freebie table and sat it at my spot. And if you've been around for a while, you know I love a good butterfly. Then there was a heartstring samplery on the freebie table, and it is Fairy Coffee Mother. And it says, I need a fairy coffee mother. And that is what it looks like. I need to put this in a page protector. And then there was this little tin pattern with a snowman, and I'm big on snowman too. And so it says believe, and you finish it, and it fits inside. I was going to say it fits inside a Altoids tin, but I don't know if that is the case. It just in a mint tin, so it doesn't say Altoids, but it's in a, it says project was mounted on hard board, then tucked in a painted mint tin. And this is by Myrtle Grace Motifs. It's a 2009 pattern, so I'm not for sure if they still design. But I thought the snowman was cute. Then I was so shocked. This will be a new start in February. I was super shocked. Rose had been over to the freebie table and brought back a couple of patterns, and one of them was Maya Angelou, which was designed by Salty Stitcher Designs, and I love this chart. It has been on my wish list. Like, I love this chart. So I will be getting started with this. I believe she called for a 40 count fabric for it, and I think I have one that I can use for it. And then this next one is a Big Toe Designs, and it does not have I'm just double checking. It does not have a cover photo, so I might not be able to share it with you. But you know, I love Big Toe Designs. Oh, it does. And so it says, the name of the chart is Be Still and Know. And it says, be still and know that I am God. And so that's what it will look like. And I love Big Toe Design project patterns. So I was super excited to find that on the freebie table. I generally do not go to the freebie tables at retreats. But oftentimes I still end up with stuff off the freebie table because my friends see something and they say, oh, this is definitely candy. And they'll bring it to me, and I'll either keep it or, you know, put it back on the freebie table. But Big Toe Designs, I was really ecstatic about. Then there was this Sue Hillis chart on here, and the page has been cut a little bit. I was trying to see when this was 1996. And it is the Needleworkers sampler. And that's what it looks like. I don't know that I will do this whole sampler like this, but I thought it was really nice and decided if nothing else, it needed to be in my stash. Lord knows I have a stash, don't we all? The next project I found was Monstura. I'm going to just show it to you. It is a sampler for Seasons, 2008. And it has all 4 parts in there. And all 4 of the parts are each part is 120 by 120. And I thought that was really cute too. And it's funny to me, they always, they give you the size fabric. Yeah, I think that's the size fabric. It just looks strange. On if you want to stitch it all on one piece. So I'll have to see about that. Then I was perusing the table myself and came across Beach by the Cricket Collection, and I have been wanting to get this chart, so I was super excited. I think I can still get the button pack with the different buttons in it, but even if I can't, I would love to start stitching this in the summer. So it was really great to find this on the freebie. I mean, and it's in pristine condition. That's the thing that always, like, did the person that put this on the freebie table, did they stitch it? Because it's in pristine condition. So I don't know, but I'm thankful it was on the freebie table for me. And then this lovely chart was on the freebie table. So I will be starting that next year, later on in the year, late in the year. Maybe I could do a start for July of it. I don't know, but I'm thankful to have it in my stash now. Then there was, I picked up a Just Cross Stitch February 2014 book magazine and was so surprised. Like, I started getting magazines off the freebie table when I went to Stitch Away the first year, which was in 2020. And some of the, because I was new to the magazine, but I was going into the magazine monthly group, so I knew I needed to get some magazines. So, you know, I was like, oh, there's magazines here. I'll just go through those. So, you know, I do look through the magazines to see if there's good charts in there. And I'm trying to find why I picked up this magazine. There is I've been wanting to do some black work. But in this magazine, because it was a February edition, it had red work in it. And now I can't find it. But I know it's in here because I picked it up and was showing everybody the magazine for it. Here it is. So I picked up the magazine for this chart right here. I don't know when I'm going to start this. I just thought it was beautiful. And I know that thread is red, but if I could do that in a purple thread, I would be ecstatic. It is a lot of stitching. It gives some history about the red work. It is 144 by 144. And the design size is 10 1/3 by 10 1/3. But when I was flipping through the magazine, I came across it and was like, that is so pretty. So I'll be putting that on in the queue on the docket at some point. Then, yeah, this one doesn't have. I have another one. It's called Among the Roses, and it's a Just Nan. I have never stitched a Just Nan, but I thought it was interesting. So I put it in the pile and brought it on. And then there was a Rosewood Manor Summer Hill. And I don't know about stitching this, but I know that Rosewood Manor charts are awesome. And you can always pull something small out of it and stitch it, you know, for a smalls exchange or for a little tiny piece for your own decor. So I picked it right up. There were actually, let me finish with the cross stitch. So then I found a Waxing Moon Designs, and it's called Roots and Wings. And here's what that looks like. And then they had an Autumn Bountiful Harvest coasters. And so it was taken out of a magazine and put in a page protector. And that is what that looks like. And I'm always trying to look for more autumn type motifs or charts. So I thought this was really, really good. I also picked up a new Tiny Tidings that I had not seen before, and it is Tiny Tidings, that's 17. Sorry, I was trying to make sure I had my Roman. So this will be a good, starts for Jolly July. They look like they're small enough that I could maybe get them completed. If not, then they'll just keep rolling on like all the rest of them. And I actually found a quilting pattern on the freebie table, which was really shocking and exciting all at the same time. It is called Patchwork Santa, and it's a wall hanging. Sorry about the glare. There you go. And this is actually a foundation. No, it says patchwork pattern. So it will finish at 12 inches by 15 inches. Foundation pattern so it is a foundation paper piece pattern, and I'll just, make copies of it, and that way I can maybe pass the chart along as I go. Foundation paper piecing, I have done it before, so it'll be good. That is how you are able, with foundation paper piecing, that's how you're able to get such straight lines and all the little differences in like the beak and all of that. So it'll be a good project for me to work on. I don't have a lot of foundation paper piecing patterns, so it'll be good for me to work on that. And then one last thing that I found on the freebie table, and I was simply shocked. So this was a StitchCon 2022 giveaway that somebody did. Donna White, Insta Police Mom. And it was just like this. It still had the candy in it and everything. And I love thread beds, and this is made out of, sorry for the crinkling. This was made out of Lori Holt cross-stitch fabric. And so I was like, I will surely take it and put it to good use, because thread beds are awesome when you have a whole lot of threads for a big project or, anything. I use thread beds all the time. So I was really, really pleased that I stumbled across it. I mean, she put in so much detail. Look at that. She put in that tomato, and it has a little pin in it. So I'm not sure who put it on the freebie table, but I am thankful for it. I don't know what this little piece of candy is. Oh, it's cinnamon something. So, I mean, the little bag is all decorated cute and everything, so thank you. I did get in a piece of Stitchy Kindness today from my friend Jessica. I was admiring her fabric at Stitch Away, and so she said, when I get home, I'll send you the rest of it. And it is called Cotton Candy Dyed Effects. It is from Fiber Flare, and it is just the prettiest pink fabric. I will be stitching the Cherry Hill Stitchery freebie that she has posted on this fabric. It is a 14 count, but I think this is a super pretty fabric. I might have to find some hearts or something also to stitch on this. My daughter loves pink. And so I will be looking maybe to find something to stitch on that for her. She doesn't watch, so I don't have to worry about her knowing that I'm going to stitch something for her on it. So that was my investments / haul / Stitchy Kindness from Stitch Away. Can you believe that with all of this stuff that I showed from Stitch Away, that I forgot all of this? It was sitting in a bag in a chair behind me, and I never even thought about pulling it forward. I do want to show you, I also picked up some yarn. And then my friend Annette brought a bag of fabric, and I am grateful for it. I have been asked to teach cross-stitching at a community center here in town. And so a lot of these fabrics will come in handy because I'm going to be supplying the fabric and the chart, something very small for them. And so it will definitely come in handy. But here is what appears to be either a 14 count or a 10 count. And these are fabrics that Annette has dyed herself. Now this one she did not dye. It is a 28 count opal essence. Yeah, that's about the color. It's a blue, white, gray looking fabric, and it's opalescent. You also might find these fabrics in some giveaways, because you can, I mean, I have a lot of fabric and I don't want to be. So this is called Desert Sand, and it is a 32 count. I'm not sure why she is giving away fabric, but she is. So that's 32 count Desert Sand. And then this is a Silk Weaver 28 count Jobelin, and it's called Cinnamon Roll. Oh my. It has browns in it also. My light just seems to blow everything out. I actually have 3 lights on me. And both of my kitchen lights going. I'm gonna have to, you know, I was trying to avoid buying a big ring light, but I think I'm gonna have to break down and do it. Then there's some cuts of Ada in here, which are very small. Antique white, sage. And these will come in handy when I do the class. And then this is a 16 count Betsy Ross linen. Let's see. But it's a, I don't know now that I say that. It's very different. It says 16 count, but it looks like, it doesn't look like an Ada that I've seen before. The holes are very big on it. I'm going to have to get in touch with her and see what the difference is with Betsy Ross linen, because it looks very different. Yep, and then there's several cuts of, more cuts of Ada. So I'll be putting those aside for the class that I'll be teaching. I actually have a whole bag of Ada that the ladies will be able to choose from. I'm not sure just yet when the class will be. I need to look at my schedule. Look at this. I don't even know who this is by. It is a Zweigart fabric. And I don't know if she dyed this or if it came dyed like this. But that is beautiful. Looks like something of a snowman needs to be put on that. Ooh, look at this. It's bright. Bright, bright green. When I put on the class, I, have to go through the people that is running the event. There'll be several different makers there. So it's pretty exciting. At first I said, no, I'm not doing that. And then my friend was like, she's my best friend actually. She was like, please, come on, please. We need people to show different hobbies, different things you can do with stitching. And so I said, okay. And I don't have any set time limit that when I can do it. So I'll probably be waiting until after I finish the bulk of the retreats that I have signed up for. I have 5 more retreats to go to. So it'll probably be after that, because every month from now till July, well, I don't have one in February, but from now until, from March through July, I have a retreat every month. So I'll be doing a lot of traveling and a lot of shopping. So now that is all that I have for you for this week. I want to thank you all so very much for commenting. I really do appreciate it. I am trying to get caught up on comments. I do read them all. I may not be able to respond, but you will at least get a heart from me. I appreciate you also liking the video. The comments and the likes help recommend me to other cross stitchers, and so I appreciate all of the comments and all of the likes. I am so thankful to be in this community with so many wonderful people from all over the world. It has been really eye-opening to see all of the different varieties of stitching, all the different projects, and to meet people all over the world. One of the great things that happened for me at Stitch Away was there were several stitchers that live in my area that I did not know about. And so I have collected their names and information, and I will be hoping to get a stitching group together at least once a quarter, because we all live so close to one another but didn't know about one another. So I just want you to know that I appreciate everything that you do to help my channel grow with the likes and the thumbs up. I hope to have a good week, and I hope that you also have a great week, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.